Hey everybody, this is Quentin, and I wanted to share more in depth about what I learned in losing weight. I went from 243 pounds January 1st, and on December 1st, I weighed 213 pounds. In the process, I got down as low as 202 pounds, and then I started lifting weights, and I got my weight back up to about 213. The whole goal was to get a six pack, and mission accomplished. I achieved it, and it took 11 months. It took 11 months. But first of all, I really want to thank God because one, I did a fast in the beginning of the year, and God revealed to me like this was definitely a desire of my heart, and He gave me the willpower, and He placed my nutritionist Heidi, and He placed the why within me to get this goal accomplished and achieved. So just thank God for him, and thank God for that. God just helped me to get through this and make this happen. Second person I want to thank is Heidi, because Heidi is awesome, and Heidi is the awesome coach and nutritionist, and she is amazing, and she gave me some good information in the beginning that changed my life, and then she helped me because afterward, I think for me, the goal was more mental than not knowing what to do, and so she helped me to break down a lot of mental barriers that were stopping me from achieving my goal. So, thank God, thank Heidi as well. Thank God for placing Heidi in my life. Okay, so I want to give you guys the practical things that I did that helped me to achieve the goal, and then like the real meaty, juicy stuff about like what achieving the goal really did for me. So, number one, so how I did it. Okay, so burning off all this fat is just a numbers game. Specifically, it takes 3,500 a deficit of 3,500 calories for any person to burn off a pound of fat. Okay, and a reasonable rate of fat loss is losing 1 to 2 pounds of fat a week. I targeted 2 pounds, which is super aggressive, and anything above that, Heidi was telling me, my nutritionist, she was like, that's like unsustainable. It's ridiculous. Let's just, let's be aggressive. We're going to shoot for 2 pounds of fat loss a week. So that meant that I had to have a calorie deficit of 7,000 calories a week. So every day I shot for a calorie deficit of 1,000 calories. 75% of the calorie deficit came from my calories, so deficit in calories of eating from diet. The other part, 25% of my calorie deficit came from exercise. So basically, out of 1,000 calorie deficit, 750 came out of my diet. So for me to maintain my weight was about 2,550 calories, and we targeted then 1,800 calories per day for me. And then the other part was, okay, I needed to burn 250 calories through exercise. And so Heidi would just say, just do some sort of activity for 30 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be you go to the gym and do the elliptical. She said, as long as you break a sweat by the end of 30 minutes, that's all I want you to do. I'll be satisfied. So I got a bike. I would ride my bike. I play basketball, I shoot hoops. I play with my kids. I'd take a walk, like a really brisk walk. Anything just for 30 minutes or so that I knew would help me to burn that 250 calories. And I just did that for a really long time. I started in February of the calories, and then by June I got down to like 206. And then after that, then it became lifting weights. So still kind of watching the calories. We bumped up the calories that I was eating, and it was just like then Heidi had me lifting weights to help me start getting bigger because I had gotten kind of small already. I was like, this is as small as I want to be. So she was like, okay, let's start doing exercise and whatnot to help build up your abs and everything else, and start just lifting weights. So that's how I did it. That's the practical part. But here's the meat. This is the real good stuff. Is the lessons that that this God revealed to me while going for the goal. The first thing was a few right changes over a long period of time makes huge drastic results. It was crazy, right? So in college I lost some weight, right? But and so I mean I would kind of watch what I eat, make different choices, eat lean proteins, and started, eating yogurt and more fruit and vegetables, stuff like that. But I never saw the results I've seen right now, the lowest I got was like 225, 220, right? And I mean, I would try so hard, I would never see these results. And Heidi just showed me, she's like, count calories. What she showed me was I was eating too many calories. I needed 2,500 to really maintain. I was probably eating on average like maybe 3,000 calories. And I had gotten so much bigger. And so I just put on fat. Yeah, I could play basketball, but, I wanted to be leaner and have the six pack. And so she showed me like, well, you just eating less. The other thing I wanted to share, I'm so sorry about this. Macronutrients, 30, 30, 40 split. So I did 30% protein, 30% carbs, 30% protein, 30% fat, 40% carbs. So I only focus on hitting my calories with the right mix of macronutrients. So making sure that I 1,800 calories, 30% of that was protein, 30% fat, 40% carbs. And just like I said, focusing on those things, focusing on that and just getting some activity every day. And I made those two changes. Those are two changes, but I did it for 5 months. I started in February, and really I got down to like really saw the huge difference and really got to where I wanted to be by the end of June. It was crazy. 5 months doing that consistently, and that was the big difference. That was the difference, doing those things. So that was the one thing. And so what that also kind of reflected me too, though, is that like my body was like, you can look at my body and see my habits. And so I can look at anybody's body and see their habits. More importantly, though, what that revealed to me then was that, wait a minute, you could probably look at any area of my life and see my habits, right? With my body, you can see the habits. Hey, you watch what you eat, you watch your calories, and you work out consistently, right? And you don't go super, super hard. You still are a human being, but hey, you lose weight. Corollary to about counting calories. Let me tell you something. I was not just eating fish all the time, okay, or chicken. I believed in counting calories when there was one week where I had pizza, pancakes, biscuits, and I still lost like a pound and a half because I was managing my calories. This is why I love counting calories above doing diets. Diets to me suck. Okay, I want Four Rivers, and when I want Four Rivers, I want Four Rivers. Now, if I can juggle my calories to get it, that's great. Okay, I'm taking super long. Let me get back to the really good stuff. Okay, achieving my goal was helpful to other people. This part blew my mind, right? This goal, getting a six pack, is all about me. It's all about my body, what I want to do. How is this going to impact other people? And what I realized was like, one, it influenced my wife. She saw me doing this work. She started me getting results. She said, you know what? I want to do it. She's lost 20 pounds. So we are both the smallest we've ever been as adults. We are super skinny compared to like who we were in high school. It's ridiculous. And like we couldn't fit the stuff we wore in high school. It would be too big, right? So she's has this huge difference. She's feeling a lot more confident in her body. She's looking in the mirror. She's liking what she sees. All because I decided to make a decision to pursue a goal, my own goal. And she saw what was working for me, and she got inspired. My coworkers, I had two coworkers, they started to lose weight. They started to pursue their own weight loss journey because of what I did. So I'm thinking like, this is all about me. No, me achieving my goal has inspired and motivated other people around me. So it's like, wow, like, sometimes I read a quote, it's like, you shine the light and other people see the light and they get inspired by the light. It's like, wow, that's just really true, so that's really cool. A couple other things and then I'm done. One, learn, be kind to myself. Okay. I'm not a robot. I am not perfect. I'm going to mess up. And I did. I had shortcomings throughout this whole thing. There were a couple of weeks where, 3, 4, maybe 3 days out of the week, I missed my calories. I ate more than I should have. I had cheat days on Sundays. I didn't always get to the gym. You know what? That's okay. If I missed 3 days of not hitting my calories, that's all right. It's a setback. Yo, get back up. Understand why did the setback happen? What can I do next time to avoid it? And then after that, get back up and keep going. The only way that I lose, the only way that I could lose, the only way I could fail in this goal is if I stopped. So even if I messed up and I fell off for 2 weeks, I can still get back on. So there's some days, yeah, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go work out, and it didn't happen. Oh, a couple of days, where I didn't work out. A couple of days where it's like, yeah, I ate more than I should have. Oh, yeah, they had donuts at work, and I didn't say no. I had a donut. I actually had two. I was a human being, but to be kind to myself, say it's okay. And then that's the other thing, though. Some shortcomings of myself are more systemic than they are of willpower. So, I'm thinking, in the past, if I had shortcomings, I would really beat myself up. How could you let this happen? How could you do this? How could you make this happen? And, I started to realize, what? Yes, it is a shortcoming, but a lot of these shortcomings were not because of willpower. You're not wanting it enough. It was systemic. It was because of patterns and me not realizing those patterns and then changing the patterns and habits. A good example is eating late at night. Oh man, that's sabotage to a weight loss goal. And I was, a couple times, man, I was going in on some peanut butter with some honey and oats and chocolate chips. What? And I was like, man, I gotta stop. And I started to look at the pattern though. Okay, when does this happen? When do I eat late at night? Well, I was watching YouTube. Okay, why are you watching YouTube? Well, I was up late working on a website, working for work and stuff like that, and I just needed to cool down, so I started watching YouTube, and then YouTube would go on for a while, and I'm like, man, let me just have something to eat while I'm watching this YouTube, and then I start eating. So it's like, wait a minute, so your pattern is you work late, you need to relax, you go to YouTube, and then you want to eat. So why don't you do something different? How about you stop eating? You stop working a little earlier, and then to relax, what's something else you could do to relax instead of watching YouTube? How about read? How about play your guitar? Do that. See if you start eating. So I did a different habit, a different pattern, and now not eating at night because I know I need to turn off YouTube. I watch YouTube. I won't probably want to eat, and then I'll probably want to watch YouTube if I'm working late. So I need to build in some relaxation time for myself. So, that was a shortcoming that I had, a pitfall, but it wasn't because I wasn't trying hard enough. It was because, okay, I have a pattern that's not helping me. Let me change my pattern. Let me identify what the pattern is. It's part of my system. It's systemic. Not something wrong with me. Something wrong with my system. Let me change my system. So, those are just some of the things that I learned from this. I told God I was gonna share this stuff because I prayed about it, and I prayed like God, I'm gonna share it because just achieving the goal, achieving a goal like this, a big goal, something that took a long time, was something that I've never done before. And there are just a lot of things I learned what it took to make that happen. And a lot of things that became truer for me, I learned at a deeper level because of this. And I really wanted to share that, not just brag oh, look at me, I did it, blah, blah, blah. But, it's yeah, there's a lot of good that came from it, and hopefully share it and pass it along to you. Last thing, shout out, you need to go hire Heidi. She is amazing. If you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to do anything physical, and she's a nutritionist and she's a weightlifting coach, and she is awesome. And I just trust her. Heidi said, do this. She's like, I want you to eat this. Okay, I'm gonna eat this. She said, I want you to lift that. I'm gonna lift that. I want you to work out here. I'm gonna work out here. And I listened to her, and you can see the results. So yeah, man. Just want to share that. Good luck to you guys out there, and good luck. Godspeed. Easy.